This conference will now be recorded.
Hey, hello everyone. Very good morning to all. So in last session, we started discussing about use effect hook. By using that use effect hook, let us see how we can fetch the data from an endpoint URL. I told you already, use effect hook is the combination of component did mount, component did update, component will unmount. So what you did with these three methods in the class component, the same we are going to do by using this hook. A hook is nothing but a function. So by using use effect function, we are going to do the following things. Okay, let me check one thing. Now I'm going to create one component. Let us open our workspace. React 8 a.m. Oh, where is this? Yeah. Yes. So we have hook users. This is the functionality we implemented yesterday, right? With static data. Now, let me go and let me implement the data dynamic way. Okay, let us see how we can implement it. Now, I'm going to create one more hook users API. Users API. I'm creating a file like this because we are going to implement the same job. Whatever the hook users is just static users. Now I'm going to implement the same by using hook update title hook users API. Let us go and create this as a functional component. Okay, I'm having one h1 tag here, users list. Okay, I think we have an endpoint URL. I think you know earlier we seen that, right? Let us see the same how we can implement. Let us go to app.js. Here hook users API. This is the component just now we created. Let me remove these two components right now from the DOM. Right. Okay, now you can check this. If you can execute it, users list from API, from API endpoint URL. Okay, right. So here I want to keep one button also, button open, or else you can do one thing. First load the data, right? After that we can add a button. Just I want to click the load button, then only I want to get the data, right? So now what we can do here, first of all, you have to define the state. Initially, state is going to be empty. Use state. Okay. We know that use state will give you two values, but to this you have to pass the initial state. Use state had an initial value called an empty array. We don't have any data right now in the use state. We know that this will give you two values to us. One is going to be the variable users, and one more is going to be the get users, set users, update users, any name you can take here. Get users is the method, or guest users list, or whatever it may be, you can take the method. It's going to be your choice. Okay, now I'm printing this users array. So just I'm logging this in the console.log of users. Do you have any users right now? Right, we don't have anything. Press F12. If you can press F12, now you can see in the console we have an empty array, array of 0. We don't have any records right now. Okay. Why? Because you didn't set anything here. For example, you can take some hello, some records or something like this ROM, and you can take this. Now array will be printed with the two values now, definitely. So now your array is going to have some values. Sorry. So this is going to have some value. Save the file. If you can refresh, can you see the console is printing the two values? But initially we don't have any data. Okay, initially we don't have any data. What we will do, we have to send a request to server. From that we have to get the data, and we have to update the data into this empty array. That is nothing but state updation, right? In the class component also we did the same. We taken an empty array. To that empty array we pushed some data, right? So let me open that file also. If you have this userslist.js, yeah, can you see here the same axios request, and here in the initial state is empty. This is the way of class component, and this is the way of functional component. Empty, nothing but users is equal to empty. Whatever the data you have in the array, that will be available in the following variable. To update the state, to manipulate the state, we have to use the following method. Okay, right now I don't have anything. Once component has loaded, I have to send a request to server. Right. How do we know component has been loaded? If it is a class component, we know that component did mount. By using that method, we can understand component has been completely rendered. Finally, it is rendered, then your component did mount will be called. In the functional component, initially component is loaded. Once it is loaded, I have to execute some task. To execute the task, we have to work with another hook called use effect hook. EFFECT, use effect is the hook. In the use effect hook, what I'm doing, try to see. Use effect is the hook. So we can remove all this cleanup logic and everything from here. I'm removing everything. So you can remove the dependency area also, nothing required right now. Right. This is the use effect hook. So I have to send a request to endpoint URL. This is the endpoint URL I have already here. Okay, let us go there. Same logic, nothing difference is there. We have to import Axios from Axios. Is it imported on the top? Yeah, Axios is imported in the top, right? Axios.get. Axios.get. In this get, what we need to do, check this carefully. Uh, we have to pass the endpoint URL dot then dot catch. So we already know that whatever the logic you written there in the functional component, the same we can write here also. So then had a callback function with with a parameter called response. This is also having a callback function with parameter error. Right. Let me split this success functional logic. If we have anything error, the error function logic we will write here. So what I will do, let me go and check this. I'm going to print this message console.log. Now you can check this response. If you have any error, now check this. So this will be get executed once DOM has been rendered. Okay, now I'm checking this. First, now you can see. Let me load the page. If you can load the page, you are able to see the data now, data of 10 records. Okay, you can click this. We can see the data config not required, header not required, request is not required. Only we need the data object. This data object again contain 10 records. Okay, now I don't want to print anything. I printed the whole response. I want to print this time response.data only data, only data. If you can refresh the page, this time you are not getting whole information in the response object. You are getting the just users list only. This is the user list. Can you see if you have any confusion? See the keys. We have address, company, email, ID, name, phone, username, website are the keys. Why? Because of these keys only we can access the data. Don't mistake anything. First observe the key names. So based on the key names only we can access the data. Now, so you are able to see the data now. Now what you need to do, you defined a state initially empty. This is the state is empty now. To this empty state you have to update it. Now you can see what I'm going to do. There is a function called get users. In this get users function you can simply pass response.data. That's all. Whatever the data you have in the users, right? So it is empty initially. Once user effect is fetching data, that is updating the state of the users. So now earlier you printed console.log, right? Now you can say I will do one thing. Console.log initially before users, we don't have anything. Okay, now you can check this. First time you can't see anything. First time you will see empty. Second time you are going to see the updated data. Now you can see first time is array is empty now. First time we don't have any data. After that we are getting the data we are updating it to the state. If state is updated, component will re-render. Same concept in the class as well as function. So we know that if the class get updated, if the state get updated, that may be in functional component, that may be in class component, the component will re-render. Okay, fine. So here what I am going to do, I have the sorry, I have data here. The data we have to display into the JSX. Initially, we can't see any data in the users object. So always the JSX you have to write users dot length is greater than 0. I mean, at least one record is there. We can print the table only. Otherwise, we can return null. That's all. We don't want to do anything. This is what exactly we have to do. If we have records, table will be displayed. If you don't have records, table is not going to be displayed. Right. Check this carefully. What we are going to do now. Users dot length greater than 0 table. Right. Here inside of the same logic contain. Now you can check this. I am going to take the T head open, T head close. This is going to be tr th. I'm taking some IDs. These IDs I'm taking based on the JSON, and I seen already the JSON. In the JSON, I have the following keys. I'm taking the following keys here: email and mobile. Phone, I think phone is the phone. Only 4 fields I'm taking. If you want, you can take all the fields also, no problem. Okay, fine. So here, once T head is completed, I have to take the T body with a dynamic tr, right? Okay, here you can take users dot map callback function with the 2 parameters. I'm taking item comma index. Now you can check this. In this, you have to take a tr with a key equal to index, right? Sorry, this is going to be td. I'm taking simply something called index plus 1. Item dot username is the key which is getting from that service. Item dot email. For phone, we have item dot phone only. There is not mobile, there is a phone. Okay, right now you can check this. You have data, that's why you are able to see it. Can you see the data we are able to see it? But this I want to get on, click the button. But now what happened? On load the page, it went to server, it is getting data and it is updating to the empty state. Actually, initially we have the state is empty. This is the state empty initially. So we don't have any data initially. So once this is done, use effect will be called. Use effect is updating the state. Here it is updating the state. So automatically the user's array will contain the list of records. Now on click the button, I want to execute this logic, not on load the page. Okay, so now let us do one thing here. I'm going to take a button tag open, button tag close. Check this carefully. Button open, button close. Load users. Okay, this is the button. Here now I'm writing an ID is equal to btn. Can you see the same what we did in the class component? I'm writing the same here also. Load users, and this is the button. I'm not writing on click here. So then what I am telling you, on click the button, then only I have to see the data. But here now you can see you are able to see the button, load users, I'm able to see the data. But when you click the button, I want to see the data. Did you attach the on click event handler to the button? No. Let me attach on click event handler to the button. In a class component, how you did? Component did mount, we added event listener. So what is a component did mount equivalent method here? This is the same. Right now what I'm doing, once it is loaded, I'm going to add an event. Now you can see document dot get element by id btn dot add event listener. Add event listener. Inside of it, I have to use click, comma, the function and get users list. Now what is going to be happen? On click the button, the function will be called. Right now, event handler will be added. Now const, you can do one thing. Const get users list. Right, fat arrow. Let us write a small alert here for the confirmation whether you are getting that alert or not. Okay, sorry, something went wrong. Okay, refresh the page. Get users list is defined. Let us click this alert. Now you are getting the alert message. Okay, Now, whatever the Ajax call you written here, the Ajax call you have to write inside the function. Inside this, click only we have to get the data. Now, on load, write the logic directly into use effect. On click, write the function logic into the click event. Now, this is the event we have. So into it only we have to write it. But in on load, what you are doing, you are adding an event listener to an element. On load the page. On load the page, we are adding an event listener to the page. Exactly. Check this carefully. What you are doing here. Right. Okay. Now, right, guys. Now I'm going to see. I'm going to click the load users. Now you can see on click the button only. I'm getting the data. For example, you want to display a loader, right? How can we display a loader here? Now you can check this. Now I'm going to take one more state here. So this is going to be const equal to use state. Here I'm going to take a square bracket. Square bracket is not required. Loader, right? Loader status is initially loader is false and okay. Loader set loader 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 comma set loader update loader whatever it may be, right? Initially loader should not be appear. Okay, let us import the loader image also. Import. We have loader img from dot slash images images slash loading dot gif and loading dot gif. Okay, this is the loader image. First of all, you have to import the image. The loader status is initially false. I mean, we don't want to display the loader. So here, just beside the button, I'm taking img src. The loader image, loader img. Let us set some height is equal to width is equal to 30 and 30. Okay, if we can check this, loader image is there now. But when the loader image should come, the loader image should come if the loader is enabled. But initially I said the loader false now. If it is false, loader should not be come. If it is true, loader should be come. Now what I will do here, conditionally loader colon question mark, sorry, loader is true, display image. Loader is false, no need to display anything. Now check this, loader is not displayed. On click the button, I have to display the loader. On click the button, I have to display the loader. Once you got the data, we have to remove. Now simply set loader. This is the set LOA here, set loader. To this, we can set it as a true and that's all. Now you can see on click the button. Now you can check this. It is a true now. Loader is coming. But once you got the data, we have to hide the loader, right? Then what I will do in the same, once you got the data, once you update the state, I have to define the set loader false. FLSE false. Now you can check this. I'm clicking, loader is coming and hiding within fraction of seconds here, right? In the same manner, if we have any error also, let us define one more const use state, state state. In this, I'm setting an empty message. We don't have anything. Let us take this as a error msg comma set error msg set error. Okay, see the thing for everything. If it is a class component, we implemented. That's why if we can recollect once again class component and the functional component, see how we are working with state in the class and functional component, right? Error message. So if you have any error, I have to update the error here. Now you can see set error message. In this set error, I'm updating. Sorry, something went wrong. Went WRONG wrong. This is the message I want to display there. So if you have error, we have to display it, right? Come the same here. Now I'm going to take the same one more. Error MSG. Error MSG is there. We can take a paragraph tag open close. Inside of it, we can display the error MSG. Otherwise, we don't want to do anything. Null. So if you have error, the error will be displayed. Initially, error is empty now. We don't have anything in the error, right? So error won't be displayed initially. Is there any wrong in fetching data? Then error information will be printed to you. Okay. right? So you can check this. I'm going to click this. Now you can see you're able to see the data. For example, let me change the URL as wrong. I'm taking 123. Actually, this is not there. I'm clicking this. Now, if you can click this, now you can see, sorry, something went wrong. Once you got the error message, we have to hide the loader also, na? Then what you have to do? Set loader false. Same logic you can write here. Set loader false. Right now you can check this. Again, I'm submitting. Loader came hidden and error message is showing, sorry, something went wrong, or maybe invalid URL. You want to print this console.log of error object, you can print it. So in this point of time, you will get that error object information in the console. Now you can go and check this. When you are clicking this in the console, you can see the error object is printed. Error object is this is. Error object is printed. Error. The request failed with status code 404. Something like this, you will get the information. Okay, so like this error dot error, can I write like this? Let me check this. What is the output of it? Undefined. So we cannot get like this error dot status, status status 404. I think you have to get actually. Oh, it is undefined. Maybe it's not the correct thing, I believe, because error is a string. Error is not an object, but I'm not trying to access like a string. Okay, anyhow, if you have any data, we will get it. And if you don't have, you will get the error message. Okay, right. Can you see the same program you already implemented in the class component? Now I'm implementing in the functional component as well, guys. Right. Check this carefully how we implement it. Right. Guys, 1 minute, please. Sorry, guys. Here, okay, we seen how to fetch the data. Now, in the use effect hook, we have cleanup logic. So we seen something called cleanup. How can we implement that cleanup logic? Okay, let us see. Esther, I think earlier I implemented on functionality log the coordinates. Okay, let me show you here 1 minute. We implemented already in the class component. We worked with the same. The same I want to work with now. Use effect hook. How can we log the coordinates of the thing? Let me go here. I'm going to create one component. Hook log coords. I'm going to create a file like this, coords.js. Hook log the coordinates on the screen. RFC. Let's create the functional component RFC. Yeah. Let me come here. Actually, okay, let me do one thing, no problem. Okay, here you can go to the log coordinates. First, let me take a use state and use effect quickly. Use state, comma, use effect, EFFECT effect. So now what I want to do, in the use state hook, I'm passing X coordinate and Y coordinate. So how can we take X coordinate and Y coordinate here? So initially we don't have anything, use state of 0, and this is going to be const destructuring the array. Here x axis, x axis, and set x axis. Okay, I have a method like this. In the same manner, I have to take y axis also, y axis, and set y axis. Methods are there. Now we can see this is the state. Actually, if it is a class component, we defined x coordinate, y coordinate. I think you can check the component. We have a log coordinates or something. We used logging coordinates. I don't know where I implemented, but we seen this how we can log the coordinates in a class component. Coords. Okay. I don't know where the file is there, but earlier we discussed in the class component. But anyhow, let us see the same functionality in the function. I'm going to take h1 tag open, h1 tag close, x axis, axis, x axis. We have to take that state, right? X axis and y axis. Y axis. Done. Okay. So now you can import the same here. So I'm going to create hook. Log coordinates is a component. Now you can check this how it is going to be work. Now initially we don't have anything, x-axis 0, y-axis 0. When I am moving the mouse on the screen, I have to log the coordinates. So we have mouse move event, right? What I want to do, I want to write the logic on the window. So if you can move mouse on the window, I have to log the coordinates. Now you can see use effect hook. In the use effect hook, we have two parameters. One is callback function, one more is going to be dependency array. Now you can check this. Now I'm going to write something, try to see exactly. Here window dot add event listener. In this I'm writing mouse mouse move, and comma I'm writing log coordinates, something like this. This is a function I have, coordinates. So when you are moving the mouse on the screen, this function will be called, right? Let us go and define the function. Now const log coordinates event as a parameter, right? This is what exactly I take it. Set access. So if you want, you can print this console.log of event so that you will get the information of the event object. Right now, can we go and check this? Now I'm refreshing the page. If we can execute it, check this. You have any error? Right. Press F12. When we are moving the mouse, can you see already events are logged? Now I'm moving the mouse. Can you see when you are moving the mouse, the events are logging there. Inside of it, we have two things and client X, client Y, x-axis and y-axis. E dot client client X, E dot client Y. Just I'm going to take the client Y, client X. Now you can see when you are moving the mouse, you can get the X coordinate and Y coordinate only. These coordinates should be updated into the following variables only, right? By using set x-axis. Now you can go there. You have to pass the same set x-axis. You have to take the same as set y-axis. That's all. Your state is completed. Now you can check this. So now I'm moving the mouse. Can you see? I'm moving the mouse. The values are updating, right? The values are getting updated. So we don't have any problem. The same functionality we did in the class component also, right? Now you can see log coordinates is completed. Now what I want to do, I'm going to we have one thing called container component. Containers, is there anywhere? Container. Oh, I don't have this. Conditions clock parent component. We have anything such a manner? Okay, do one thing. I'm going to create one component. It may be a class component or functional component. Now I'm taking something called parent container, container.js, container.js. Okay, Inside of it, you can take class component or functional component, no problem. Okay, right. This time, earlier we did but that functionality by using completely class. Now let us do the same by using function. Here I am taking use state hook. Definitely use state is required. Let us come down. Const use state. Initially, I'm setting this as a true only. If it is a true, the component should be displayed. What is the component you created just now? Hook log coords. This is the component you displayed. But let me do one thing. Here, status, sta, tus status, set status. Status and set status. What is the value of status initially? True. If it is a true, component should be displayed. Let me write this. Let us take the JSX here. status status is true, display the component, otherwise nothing to display. Understand? Right. This time what I will do, don't import the hook log codes into the app.js. Let us import container component here. I am going to remove this container here, container component. Okay, sorry, container component is imported. Hook log coordinates is imported into the container. Container is imported into app.js. Now you can see output is same. Nothing difference is there. When you are moving the mouse, you are able to see the coordinates. Perfect. This is nice. Now the question. So in this, I am going to set one button, toggle or something like this. Now you can check this. I have one button, toggle, toggle toggle component, toggle, that's all, hide and show. Oh, you can check this. On click this toggle component is my function. You can take any function actually, component, toggle component, right? Const toggle component equal to, so nothing to do. You have the set status, right? In this set status, I am writing not status. Initially status value is, what is this, Sandy? True, na? Not true means false. False will update it. Again, not false means it will be true. Now you can check this. You have toggle button. All of you try to see. They are logged in. Component is hidden. Toggle it again. Component is shown. Toggle, component is shown. Now you can see coordinates are logging. Right? Check this carefully. Coordinates are logging. I'm refreshing the page. Check this. Nothing difference. Now the coordinates are all are logging. Now I'm hiding ending. If you can move the mouse here, can you see what happened? It is trying to perform the state update, but the component is unmounted, means that is removed. That is removed, right? That's the reason. If it is a class component, they will tell us to fix cancel all the subscription asynchronous task. They will write component will unmount, but these people are saying that try to use effect cleanup, because we are using a functional component. If you can use the same in the class component, you can see that is going to be different. Now they are saying that very clearly, use effect. If it is a class component, in place of use effect, they will tell us use component will unmount. So in this use effect hook, we have a cleanup logic. What is that cleanup logic? We have to remove the event ending. So this is the use effect we already implemented, right? Now you can see use effect is already there. In this use effect, you have to take the thing is going to be like this. Can you check this? What is I'm going to take here? Return a callback function. Now you can check this. In this, the same function you have tried. Can you see? Exactly. So this is going to be remove event listener. That's all. Remove event listener. The same we did there. This is called cleanup logic. Now you can see you can get that error now. I'm going to refresh the page. You can see I'm moving the mouse. You are getting the coordinates. Let me toggle this. It is hiding. If you can move this, are you getting any error? No, we are not getting any error. The same concept we implemented. Now I'm moving. Coordinates are coming. Hide, and you can see click, and we don't have any error. So the type of errors we can't allow here. We can't allow here. Same functionality we implemented for clock component also now. I think you've seen how we implemented the same for clock component and mouse coordinate components, right? So this is called use effect hook. Use effect will do many jobs, guys, here. Many jobs in the sense. What a class component will do, like component did mount, component did update, component will unmount. The same jobs are going to be performed by using this array. So when there is an update in the state, this will be called automatically. We know that. So if you want to call such a manner to this dependency array, you have to pass the information. Right. If you are not passing anything, let me do one thing. I'm passing x-axis. I'm passing y-axis. Let me check this. What is the output of the program? You can see it is no problem at all. So it is working properly. So even if you can pass, or even if you didn't pass anything, so nothing but if I am passing dependency array x-axis y-axis, what is the meaning of it? If there is a change in the x and y-axis, then only you should re-render the component. For example, I'm taking some username. Now you can check this const name comma set name. I'm not taking anything, just I'm going to take use state. Use state. In this I'm passing some dummy. If we can pass the dependency array as name, then what is the meaning of it? If there is a change in the name, then only now you can see it is updating properly. Fine, toggle, it is coming. What is happening here? img element, 1 minute, they're all moving. Yes, it will be moved, guys. Why? Because this is added on load the page. If we can write empty dependency also, it will works for us, right? Yeah, empty dependency also will work. But yesterday you seen, right? But we are not updating the state manually here. So once the function is moving, right? Yesterday we seen title update. In the title update, we taken the same dependency injection we taken yesterday in the title update. That won't work actually. If you are by clicking the button, if you're updating the state, then I have to update the state in the title component also now. That's the reason we used that dependency yesterday, title, something you can check this. So I think in this point of time, it is not required. Once page has been loaded, this function will be called, right? When we are moving the mouse, automatically coordinates will be logged on the screen. Yes, exactly. So this is what exactly the use effect hook. And tomorrow we can discuss about one more hook, that is going to be use reducer. Use reducer is a very, very important hook that we have to know. If we can understand this hook, Redux will becomes very easy. So same like the functionality what we are having the reducer, the same functionality we can see in the Redux also. I mean, almost a look like say. So the reducer hook we can see tomorrow. Any doubts you have, let me know, guys.